Hello guys, welcome to my video. It's Jira Bro back, and in today's video what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be taking a look at the eazyBI reports and charts for Jira. This is a really popular app that is being used by a lot of companies where you can actually visualize Jira with some templates and reports, some custom report builder. This actually can be really useful thing to have. So yeah, I just want to mention that of course this app is not free, so I'm going to start to use the free trial. It's free for 30 days, and then after that you're going to get charged for $10. So this app is mostly used by, let's say, larger companies, if I can say it like that, in order to generate some of the more advanced reports that Jira natively doesn't have. Alright, so let's click on get started. Alright, so I'm going to click on get started. Alright, so first thing is that you need to select and you need to choose your own source application. So you have Jira, you have the REST API, you have the SQL, you have the Google Sheets, or you even have assets. And basically, what are these assets? Assets are actually the part of the Jira service management, and it's like having your digital warehouse in one place. So that is something that I can say about the assets. Alright, so of course for the purpose of this video I'm going to be using Jira as my data source. So in here I can actually go around and I'm gonna select all of the projects. Now there's some software custom fields. It says in here epic link, flagged, ranked, sprint, story points, estimate, and story points. Yes, these are indeed the custom fields, and these are actually like the custom fields that were created by the Jira automatically when you create your project. So what we can actually have is, like in here it says like import as a measure. So this is something if we want to measure like story point estimate, I can import this as the value changes, and then I have like some advanced settings. If I go to edit, I can select for user defined value if I want. If I don't, well, that is going to be it. There is also an option to actually add a custom JavaScript code, so that can be done as well. Then you have like for the service management custom fields that you actually want to add as well. So I can go like for the satisfaction to import it as the dimension. And also you have like issue change history to be imported. I'm going to say yes. So you have the closed statuses as closed. Also like closed statuses that can be done. Also for the schedule, regular, import frequently, I'm going to leave this as the default, which is going to be for every day. Alright, now it's importing the Jira in here. So we're gonna wait for the import. Alright, so it has been imported. So this is what matters now, that we actually have these source applications, and we can now use the data from our Jira to actually do some interesting things. Okay, so when we go for the analyze, this is what we have in here. So we can actually import the reports we can export the reports as well. We can make a new report, or we can go for the sample Jira issues. So if I actually go here, there are already some of the reports that have been created. So you have the cumulative flow diagram in the Jira as well. You have created and resolved issues over time as well. Now you have created issues over time by current status, right? So that is actually, then you have average time in status. Actually, this is pretty interesting thing to have. Okay, now this is the data that we are actually presented with, and this is where we actually have the measures themselves. Now actually, if you look at this, so it says like drill through this issue, and now it actually calculates. It says average days in transition status. Alright, so what it actually says, that like some of them are like 4 days, there's like 0.78. So this is actually something that is being calculated in the formula itself, and this is basically how you get all of this data. And now you have for the project that we actually have defined, for the issue types, all of them, priorities, all of them, assignee, all of the assignees basically, and then you have like for the rows as well. And in here, what I can actually change, I can change the view. So I can say I want to see this in table, and then it says for the status of the backlog, so average days in transition status is like almost 4 days. Selected for development 2 days. To do, it says it's in 0, and for in progress it's 2.08. And then you have like this graph right here. Like this is like really from 0, and in here it states the dates. Then you have like the pie chart as well, which is actually pretty interesting, and you can see in here the representation. Timeline, cannot show this. Map, no. Gantt chart, well, basically we don't have a Gantt chart, so this one is actually something that is interesting. Okay, so in here I can go like for the HR, and actually says in here, well, there is nothing that we can actually represent in here. Alright, for the Jira Bro, let us see if something is going to represent it, and it should be. I hope it's not lagging. Right, so let me go back to all of the projects. Sorry about that, guys. So I'm back. So if I go here and select it for Jira Bro, this is what I get. And there's like for all of the issue types. So in here it's like searching for the issue types. You have for the all priorities, all assignees. I can say I only want to have it in progress. And in here it says like no data is being shown, which is something that is expected. Now, create a dashboard. I'm going to say test. Alright, I'm going to save changes, and actually see anything in here. So I'm going to say add a report, total resolved issues, for example, and I'm going to expand this. I'm going to see what I get. So basically this is it, and this is like almost the same as the gadgets in Jira that you actually had, but where you can actually, well, add these more, let's say, advanced reports that is being used in the eazyBI. Alright, so you can also create your own new report, right? So first of all, what you actually have is, like, first you have a project, right? And you have, let's say I want to add it on the row for the projects. Okay, and in here it says all projects with the issues created. Now, I want to see if I can actually expand this where each project is going to be listed in here, so it can actually show me how many issues are actually being created. Well, you can achieve this also with the dashboards, where you actually can create a pie chart, and within that pie chart you just want to sort like everything out by the issue type. Based on that, where issue type, where each part of the pie is going to be shown by the issue type. On that, you can actually basically calculate everything. You get the sum of it, and you get the total number of issues that are being created. As you can see, there is even for projects itself, as you can see, for all project how it goes. Now, what I want to do in here, let's say I want to go for the priority as well, right? So now it says like this is going to be for all of the priorities. What if I can enter new member name? This will only change the name default all, right? Okay. So if I move this to pages. Alright, so when I move this to pages, I can actually now change everything. So I can go for the high priorities, I can go for everything, and this is how much issues that are being created are being shown. Right, so what else do I have? I can go with the pages of statuses, and I can say in the status of done, well, basically there's nothing. For high priorities, I can see how much done issues are actually in there based on each project. So this is actually pretty interesting to see. Yeah, for the pie chart, I actually have also like for the issues created, which is an interesting thing. For the line, nothing really interesting. Okay, so there are like 9 done issues in here. So it says maybe issues created, but based on this filter, it's being different. And yeah, you can do a lot of stuff. You can then change the source data. You can, for example, upload your SQL base database, and then you can actually create some of the interesting reports with the eazyBI. So a lot of interesting things that you can actually do. So since this is well, one of the popular apps. So yeah, that should be everything. Thank you all for watching. Bye bye.